Disappointing, very, very disappointing for Man United today. Look, I don't think we started particularly well. Actually, I gave the ball away after like 10 seconds, which didn't really set the tone. But you look at the team sheets and the injuries that we had going into the game. Obviously, McTominay came in for Matic, and Lukaku was starting up front as well. And that I wasn't filled with confidence. But to be fair, McTominay, he did it right. He kept things simple, kept things basic. So no big reservations about that. The biggest disappointment for me is the fact that we managed to nullify Liverpool, but we didn't counteract that in terms of giving them something to worry about. So a lot of United fans I've spoke to after the game today have said, what did Liverpool do? Salah didn't do anything, he got taken off, which is true. Firmino got taken off as well, and all of that's true. But I don't remember Alisson having to work very hard either. And I think that's the biggest bugbear for me. Listen, if you get struck with 3 injuries in the first half, any team, especially ours when our squad players haven't been playing too well, if you get struck by that, you're going to feel it, and we most certainly did feel that. It's the same with the PSG game. When Jesse and Martial went off, we struggled, and I think it was a similar pattern today. What I was impressed with Manchester United with today is structurally and organisationally, we were really good at the back. I thought we defended very well. We restricted Liverpool to very little. But again, we couldn't capitalise on that ourselves. I think as quickly as we won the ball back, as quickly as we gave it away, and I think that really didn't help us today. A lot of fans have been on Lukaku's back today, saying that he didn't offer much and he wasn't very good. I have to agree. You're looking at our squad players to step in these type of games, and put in a performance. And we're not seeing that from him at the moment. We're playing attacking football and we're playing well. But even when we were scoring goals and playing free-flowing football, he's still struggling to be a part of that. There's times where he received the ball, he's taking too many touches, cross was overhit. So that's just my little bugbear on Lukaku. But as the game went on, we did well to get to half-time considering what had happened in the first half, because it was very difficult to deal with that level of injuries. I have to give kudos to Ollie, because the players were organised and the players still stuck to a game plan, which was to let Liverpool have the ball and try and counter. But it just didn't happen. In the final third, I thought we was wasteful. There wasn't much quality on our final ball, our final delivery, that final run. The best chance of the game came to Jesse Lingard, and on a different day, he either rounds the keeper perfectly or he dinks it over. I thought he should have took it. He should have took it first time, but he didn't manage to do that. And that was about as good as it got. Liverpool, look, they might look at it as a better point for them, but they're trying to win a league, and they've probably handed the initiative to Manchester City. But if we just take Liverpool out of the equation, we don't want them to win the league, and that's catastrophic. But if you're looking at it from our point of view, we're chasing that top 4. That's not our objective from the start of the season, but it's ended up being our objective. And we have to keep pace, And I think if you're not going to win this game, you certainly don't lose it. And I think we managed to do that today. What I do like is this partnership that's blossoming between Lindelof and Smalling potentially. I think we've been saying that Bailly's been the best defender at the club. He hasn't quite managed to show that. I love Eric Bailly. And it's kind of like Lindelof's definitely the mainstay, and we're trying to find a partnership with him. Smalling did okay today. I thought in the Chelsea game, him and Lindelof did very well. And I think they did well again today. Luke Shaw, had he got man of the match on Sky, I wouldn't have given Luke Shaw man of the match today. I thought he was wasteful in possession some of the times. I think Salah was pretty poor, so he didn't give Luke Shaw a lot to have to do. But what Luke Shaw had to do defensively, he did well. I'll give him that. But I wouldn't have said he was the best player on the pitch. I think Paul Pogba today, he couldn't have played his normal advanced role. But what he's not usually accustomed to, as United fans will not seeing, is him putting in the shift defensively, winning tackles, trying to make things happen. So he did okay today. But look, Ander Herrera going off was a big miss for us. He's been instrumental in our midfield. And you guys saw in the combined 11 I done with the Liverpool channel, the whole type Drifty, that he was absolutely instrumental to us. And we saw when he went off how difficult it was. So, look, there's a lot of Man United fans today who were saying, absolutely terrible, we needed to beat the Scousers, and I get that. But I think given the injuries that we had, I think we managed to do okay. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I am disappointed we couldn't get a win, obviously, but I like the way we defended. But for me, the fact that we kept Liverpool so comfortable, we couldn't turn that into chances for ourselves. Chris Smalling was rightly flagged for offside. I wasn't sure when I first saw it. Lucky he was in the box, so we got to see that replay. But for Liverpool, they'll be looking at it like a decent point for them. But again, I don't really care about them. We just don't want them to win the league. And for me, if you want to win this league, they got to come here and they got to beat us. They got to put down a stamp. But the Scousers will be happy with that, because it was a bad time to play us. We're full of confidence, and they've come out technically unscathed. For me, the bigger picture is I really, really worry about these injuries, man. I really do, because Lingard, I'm not sure if we rushed him back there. I haven't seen all these post-match pressers to see what the injury was, whether it was a reoccurrence of what kept him out of the game before, or whether it was a fresh knock, a fresh injury. I don't know. I think Herrera's was a hamstring. I think I could be wrong. Looked like he was holding the back of his hamstring there, and that could be a big miss for us. That worries me more. The fact that we were without those key players. Hopefully Martial will be back, because the games are coming thick and fast, and we can see with the squad depth, sometimes the players stepping in are not stepping up, and that's the problem. It's going to be a close running. It really is for this top 4 spot. Top 4 is going to be our ceiling. Obviously, Tottenham lost. We want to try and drag them in the best we can into that sort of fourth spot scrap, I suppose, 4/3. But we've just got to focus on ourselves. Arsenal have gone and won today. We go to Crystal Palace on Wednesday night, which is going to be a tough game. It's always tough there. You only got to look at last year when we won in the last minute from 2-0 down there. They've just pumped Watford 4-1. So that's going to be a difficult place to go to. Arsenal got Bournemouth. So there's some tough games, but Chelsea are playing Spurs. So it's all swings and roundabouts. All we can do is look after ourselves and try and keep pace, because I think it's going to go down to the wire, this top 4 race. I don't see anyone running away with it and making it really comfortable. For me, if I'm going to give a man of the match, I'll probably say Victor Lindelof. I'll say Victor Lindelof. I thought he was cool, composed, accustomed on the ball, and I thought he done really well where he could. Other than that, no one really shined. It was a game of a bunch of sixes, a bunch of average performances from a load of players, including the Liverpool players. I don't think anyone really got higher than a 6, if I'm honest. Nothing really stood out. So the biggest bugbear for me was the fact that we just couldn't create anything. The game was disjointed, the game was messy, niggly fouls, injuries all over the place, not good quality on the ball from both sides. Kind of an anticlimax. I'm not going to be shouting the odds and super aggressive and super mad at the fact that we haven't won the game, because it happens. You can't win them all. The important thing was not to lose. Like I said, the most disappointing thing for me was the fact that we managed to nullify Liverpool, but not portray that into something for ourselves. That was the biggest bugbear for me. But we go on again. Lukaku needs to... Listen, that guy, I don't know, man. I can't see him playing here much longer than this season. I just can't see it. Sanchez, he come on, he tried to huff and puff. Pereira, I thought, did okay when he come on as well. He kept it simple. And he tried to sit next to McTominay and allow Pogba to try and go and do some damage. But it just didn't quite work. But the most important thing is we didn't lose the game. We're not 4th anymore, but that can change in one game, and we're going to get that yo-yo in between 4th and 5th right up into the wire, in my opinion. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the game. Am I being too lenient? Am I being too critical? Do you agree with the fans who have said, absolutely not, that was a bad performance, we should have beaten them, etc., etc., we want to dethrone them? Or are you in the club of, do you know what, we had 3 injuries in a row in the first half, had to use all the substitutes, and we done well to come out unscathed and nick a point? Where do you stand on it? Let me know. Big respect to all you guys for watching that video, and make sure you check out more United Stand content here and here, yeah? Like, subscribe and share, and the socials are along the bottom. You know what to do. Go get following. Go.